So this here is the brand new Nintendo 64 controller for Nintendo Switch. It's an exclusive purchase that's only available to Nintendo Switch Online members, and I have been refreshing that page endlessly since it went live to get my hands on one, and luckily, eventually, I was able to snag one. If there was one controller I really wanted Nintendo to re-release, it was the Nintendo 64 controller. Once NES and SNES games came to Nintendo Switch Online and they got controllers, that's when I started to get some hope. If you don't know my story, my dad bought me a Nintendo 64 with Mario Kart 64 back in the 90s to cheer me up after I got my tonsils out. In fact, it was actually right in this exact spot where my studio is right now where I started my gaming journey. That's when I picked up this controller for the first time, started playing Mario Kart for the first time. It's the thing that literally got me addicted to all things Nintendo, and it has been a wild ride since then. I don't know that I would be doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for that console. It wasn't all that long ago either that I found all of my childhood drawings that really showed just how much the N64 and gaming in general changed everything for me. To put it in simpler terms, the N64 changed my life, and this controller, as unique as it may be, it holds a special place in my heart, so I am very, very happy that I was able to snag one. When you get this controller in the mail, the first thing you're going to notice is how well packaged it is. Seriously, Nintendo went above and beyond to ensure this classic beauty was treated with love. In the box, you get the controller itself and a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. This new N64 controller is an exact replica of the original N64 controller. However, it has of course been modernized for the Switch. There's now a home, sync, screenshot, and ZR button up top, along with a row of connection lights and a USB-C charging port. The rumble pack slot has also been sealed off around the back since there's no need for it anymore, as this controller has rumble built in. As you would expect, this controller connects to the Switch as seamlessly as the Joy-Con, Pro Controller, and all first-party controllers. When it comes to gameplay, this N64 controller is exactly how you remember it. Unique. That's a pretty good word to describe it. This controller was no doubt much different than anything else that came before it due to its unique shape. The thing is, back in the day, I didn't know that. Like, this was the first controller that little Ray ever put his hands on, so this is all my tiny hands ever knew. Because I had tiny hands though back in the day, I never held it as it was intended to. Now with bigger hands, it does feel a lot more natural. So I'm curious, how do you hold the N64 controller? Do you hold it like I used to back in the day, or do you hold it like I do now? Like, this is the more natural way to do it, I think. You got the trigger around back, the joystick and all that. So how do you hold it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure everybody holds this controller a little differently. Anyway, the controller works great on the Switch. It works well with all the Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo 64 games, and even with regular Switch games as well. There are some limitations since there is no X or ZL button, but overall, I was surprised how well this N64 controller works with games old and new alike. To keep this video short and sweet, if you are a 90s kid and you're a fan of the N64 era, you are going to love this new version of the N64 controller and the feels that it just brings back. There's nothing quite like being able to play these classic Nintendo 64 games as they were meant to be played. Nintendo did not have to go the extra mile and create these classic controllers for each system, but I am so glad that they did. These controllers have been modernized for a new generation, but they still retain that classic feel that you know and love. If you have a Switch and you love retro gaming, these new controllers that Nintendo is releasing will definitely have you wanting to pick them all up. I know for me, I want to get that Sega Genesis controller now, and I also do want to get that SNES controller, so I gotta hop on it. Anywho, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did and you liked what you saw, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. Also, don't forget to follow at Raymond Strazdas on Twitter and Instagram for much more. Until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace!